specifically like a gaming podcast you guys do, or you talk about films and?
We more do general, but we like to go into games as well because we're all big gamers. We're all huge gamers. I like to talk about movies, especially Moana.
I loved Moana. I thought it was fantastic.
I've seen it 5 times now because absolutely beautiful film.
I thought it was great that it was like a female character.
Yep.
That it wasn't people telling her she couldn't do something.
Yeah.
Like she was great. She was very, very capable. Like
Yeah.
her father wanted her to be a leader, and she was like had great aptitude for that. But she was like, I just want something different, and nobody was like putting her down.
Yeah.
I
love that
thought it was great.
There wasn't an actual romance between the male and the female there. It was
I
just
like that too.
Sort of romance, sort of hate relationship.
It was sort of like I know like Miyazaki in a lot of his
Yeah.
films. He's like, I'm not trying to put a male and a female character so that they'll fall in love. He's like, I just want them to have a like mutual respect and
Yeah.
try to make each other better. He's like, 'cause I think that's close to love.
Yeah,
you know?
it's the difference between the western side and the
Yeah.
eastern side, where when I watched Princess Mononoke for the first time, at the end I'm like, oh, they're going to get together, obviously, but I hope not. And then they didn't. I thought, oh, this is so fulfilling.
But there's-
Am I supposed to do an interview?
Sorry.
But we're all recording this, so this is.
Yeah, I think you guys just roll into it with this, and then we'll eventually get there.
Oh, welcome. Hello. Welcome. I am Erin, joined with Elyse
The
Willems.
Moana cast.
Yes.
Moana Miyazaki cast. if you will.
So, Moana, right? Great film, great actors, New Zealand culture,
Love the
Polynesian culture.
colors, hybrid animation.
Beautiful.
Fantastic.
I could talk about this all day.
Thanks for having me talk with you guys.
No, thank you for coming to Australia again.
I would stay here if I could.
Why don't you just move? So Funhouse is already far away in LA.
Yeah.
Just come here.
If they said to James and I have had this conversation.
Yeah.
Or if somebody said to us, we need you to go work and create Rooster Teeth Sydney, Rooster Teeth Australia, we'd say, okay, we'll do it.
Just talk to me and I'll be like,
Yeah.
all right, I'll figure something out.
I think like Sydney. I've been to Sydney twice now, and I
Yeah.
think I can safely confirm that it is my favorite city I've ever been to. We walk around and we're just, and I'm not BSing you guys. Like that's how I truly feel. I'm from Canada, and it feels
Yeah.
like tropical England and tropical Canada. It just feels like it's a Commonwealth in a lot of ways.
Yep.
But then I
And
love
then
it. I love it so much.
Good. I'm glad you're enjoying Australia.
Thanks.
How long have you been in America for?
So I've been there for 5 years now. January was 5 years for me.
Oh, okay.
5 long years. Just kidding.
You can say that with the current situation.
Yeah.
We have people of our own in our own government systems that aren't the greatest in similar veins.
I remember the female prime minister
Yes.
that you had. I really liked her a lot.
So did I.
And I would be furious watching parliament sessions,
Yeah.
the way that people treated her and
Yeah.
talked to her. It just made me livid.
Yeah.
And I know that she's no longer in power, right?
Because Australia has what we've done is there was our Prime Minister Kevin Rudd. He got in. She then kind of stabbed him in the back and she got in.
Yeah.
Then at the end he was like, no, I'm not going to do anything. Stabbed her in the back about 2 months before the election. He got in. Then Abbott got in, and then he was stabbed in the back by our current Prime Minister.
Oh. It's just like a game of knifey spooning.
Yeah, exactly.
Over and over again.
It's ridiculous. It's just like, okay, cool, who's our Prime Minister today? I think I've got a better shot at being Prime Minister at this point in time.
I mean, I'm not even an American citizen.
Yeah.
I feel like I could be president if anybody can.
Yeah,
It
exactly.
looks like anyone can.
That's
at
pretty
this
much
point.
my thought. I thought if Brexit can happen, anything can happen in this current state of world. But that's
Well,
fine.
I think regardless of all that, this is an amazing country.
Thank you.
Glad to be here.
We're glad you're back.
Thanks.
It's really nice to have all you guys come down and talk to all the fans and just have a generally good time. It feels great for us because we're so far away from everything.
Yeah,
And it's just a really nice feeling.
it's been a blast.
Yeah, good. So the first question is, you started off were you in game trailers first, and then you transitioned to Funhouse, and in Dude Soup you're talking about how the process went, but what was the transition more like? Was it more of a difficult transition or more smoothly because you've known them?
It was very smooth because I've known them for so long. I met James,
Who's
James? Is he the buff one? I don't know. I've obviously know James very well, being married. I met Bruce and Sean Poole probably 8 or 9 years ago, and James
right.
was working with them on Attack of the Show. Used to play volleyball with Bruce,
Yep.
and then when James started working at Inside Gaming, I met Lawrence and Joel and
Yeah.
Adam, and I would used to travel with them. Just if they were going to an event, I've been to 2 RTX Austins before I was ever working with the company.
Right, okay.
So I had met Rooster Teeth people as well. So being people that I hung out with all the time anyway, it wasn't really a transition in that respect of, when you go to a job for the first time and you're meeting people, I knew everybody.
Yeah.
So it wasn't weird in that way at all. And the chemistry was there. In terms of my job, it kind of changed a bit because when I started at Game Trailers, I was more on the not necessarily journalism side, but definitely more toward the informative media side, where I was working on GTTV, which was just a show showcasing games and developers, and then I also did some content for the website, and eventually made a show called Mandatory Update that was a bit more in line with Funhouse sensibilities, more humor oriented, and that was sort of as much I love gaming, but I love humor, and that was sort of where I wanted to take my career. And we had always joked for years at Game Trailers about, this is not going to last for long because
it's a great morale to have.
Yeah, our company got sold, and then people had been laid off, and so that was kind of always something we would joke about. Ian and Mike, co-hosts on Mandatory Update, we would joke about that with the other guys, and so when Bruce contacted me and said, "Do you want to come work with us?" I was a little apprehensive because I didn't know how the audience would receive a woman. But in terms of the job, it was exactly kind of the path that I wanted to go down, doing something that was humor driven. The Funhouse focus is really, it's humor, but using games as the tool to conduct that humor. And so the focus on that was really, really appealing to me, and also just the fact that Rooster Teeth has so many scripted projects, and other opportunities like that was really, really appealing. So it was sort of it's a tough decision, but
it seemed to have been the right decision.
I'm happy. I also edit more. I edit regularly in my job, which is something I really enjoy, especially the Funhouse content, because as an editor, you are the fourth character of the video.
You are what can make or break something. If your editing is terrible, then people aren't going to care.
Exactly.
But the Funhouse style is what makes it stand out.
And
it's one of the reasons I started watching is because here's the style of editing that they're quick videos, but they're done so well. And so they're really enjoyable for people like myself to have gotten into it and got into it more when you joined as well.
Oh, thank you.
And it's just been an amazing, especially lately with all the videos being so well done. It's great.
Thanks. Yeah, we our team has expanded since I joined. It's decreased in some, we lost School and Joel, and that was really hard for me. I really, really love those guys, and it was sad to see them go, but we've gained a lot of other people in our production team that are really good, and are really good at capturing that style and humor too. And for me, it's sometimes really fun when you're recording a video and then you think, oh God, that was just a dumpster fire, and then you go and either you have to cut it or I generally don't like to cut stuff that I'm in. But so you go to whoever the edit's been given to and you're like, I'm so sorry. Hopefully you can make something of that.
Do something with this.
And they give you something where they just Matt Peak just edited a Axis football gameplay. And at the time that was Adam, James, Lawrence, and I thought, oh my God, disaster. Matt Peak, he just turned it around, and it's fantastic. It's so good.
He's the quiet one, but he knows what he's doing.
He is. He's humble to a fault. To the point where he is such a good editor, and he has such great comedic timing. And he would never admit it until the day he dies.
Oh, bless you, Peak.
Bless you,
Peak. Peak will always be with us.
Yeah.
Like a memoriam now.
I wish he was here.
Why isn't he here? Why did they invite him?
I don't know. I think they need budget. And in Matt, he's like I said, he's so
Just
laid
told
back.
Gavin to pay for it. I saw his tweet on everyone's in economy and he's in his business class seat. It's like
in his defense, I think that's sort of he flies so much that he just gets upgraded. He has so many.
Or we can just say that like the joke is that he has the money to.
Well,
I wish I did, to be fair. My flight to
Me
LA
too.
I was in LA in September, and that flight is grueling.
oh, I know.
It is such a grueling flight.
I've lucked out before where I've at least gotten an exit row.
Yeah.
So I've had the extra legroom, and it's almost like it's night and day.
I had to get the aisle one because I'm 5'10", so I'm kind of at that point where I'm kind of tall.
Yeah.
And so it's really uncomfortable to sit in these chairs and not have to like try and move. It's just uncomfortable. Planes should widen their areas.
Yeah.
Just for me.
Well, I think there are like new economy planes that
Yeah.
are in development that are going to be much cheaper, but they're gonna be even worse.
No.
I did see this really cool design for plane seats where when people are boarding,
Yeah.
it's like they're almost tiered seats in the sense that one is sort of the middle seat is kind of positioned a little bit behind the other two,
Oh.
and then you can slide one over the rest when you're boarding for wider aisles, and then it just makes the positioning makes
Yeah.
the seats wider. Anyway, that's just me rambling. Sorry, but I thought it was really cool.
I could go on rambling all day. It's kind of it's what I do. So how do you go about separating then your personal life from your work life, especially working with James?
James. Well, it's like it's weird because I was worried. He was not worried at all.
Yeah.
But he doesn't worry about anything.
Right.
I worry about everything, and so and that was something like Bruce asked me too, and he's like, is it gonna be okay? Like you guys working together? And I was like, yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
And he's like, I think so too. Otherwise, I wouldn't have asked you.
Yeah. That's good.
But sorry.
You have Benson to relieve anything.
Yeah, it's sort of the thing where sometimes we don't really even interact much during the day. Like, so I'll
Yeah.
have headphones on, I'm editing, or they're shooting stuff, and we'll shoot a couple videos that I'm in, but
Yeah.
they're doing their thing and I'm doing my thing, and or we're all talking to each other, so it's not like we're just hanging out.
Yeah, yeah.
But because we also on the weekends we hang out with those guys a lot.
Yeah.
And obviously travel with them a lot, and
It's just a big family,
it is
essentially.
kinda, and yeah, it's the kind of thing where we should be really tired of each other.
Yeah.
Where we say, man, I do not want to go to Lawrence's and watch anime this weekend. But I'm like, more often than not, we're like, hey Lawrence, you want to watch anime this weekend?
It's like, no. But
he's like-
Japan, though.
Yeah, he's like, oh yeah.
Oh, that's awesome.
So we
It works.
it works, and we never get bored. I don't know. At least I feel that way. They're like, oh, Elyse.
It's like, oh, Elyse,
Yeah.
woman, right? Patriarchy. Oh.
Yeah, smash it, Elyse.
Here's my random question of it. So, I always call it Heroes and Halfwits. I know it's Twits and
No,
Quits.
we call it Heroes and
Really?
Halfwits.
Okay, that's good.
And we'll be like, trying to set up for Heroes and Halfwits, and then we go, what's our fucking show?
Grimo is probably literally my favorite
thank
character.
you.
My
You're
friend,
fair.
he has the hair for Grimo, and
The greaser.
it's ridiculous. He has an outfit. I'll bring up a photo.
really?
And so what is the Gyre like? How would you imagine the Gyre?
It's just exactly like the Shire. That's so great. Bunch of folks.
I tried telling him to do it. He's like, it's
man.
too hot. And I said, if you come up here, Elyse will
Oh
probably
man,
love
so
it.
awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, oh man, he got a cigarette too. Does he have the gyre patch on his arm?
Yeah.
I just put tape on my.
I think that's what I said to him to do. Just put the tape over it.
Yeah.
And I tried getting him to do
That's
it.
so great. That's so great.
It's so cool.
Yeah, the gyre is pretty much just the Shire. I just tried to change the letter.
No copyright.
Let the money roll in.
I lost it when I heard the Gyre. I'm like, oh my god, Lord of the Rings. It's my
Yeah,
favorite
well,
trilogy of all time.
The last D&D show I did game trailers.
Yeah.
My character was from the gyre too.
Yeah, yeah.
So I thought it'd be a fun little thing for people that knew both to be like, oh, the gyre.
The Gyre's back.
And then if we ever had new characters, maybe I'd create someone else from the gyre,
Yeah.
a relative or something. I wish I could give you guys more time. Sorry about that.
No, we still have a few minutes, so it should be fine.
All right, fine. Okay. We're getting kicked out. Is there anywhere we could continue it?
If Elyse wants to continue, we can jump you outside and
Do you have any time?
Oh
for
yeah,
that?
I think I do.
And we're back with Elyse Willems.
They thought they could make us leave, but here we are.
Yeah,
In a busy hallway.
in a busy hallway full of people like Hideo Kojima.
Is he over there?
I wish he was. Can I like go talk to him and be like, hey, so Death Stranding, right?
Yeah.
Like PS4?
PS5. No, he said it wasn't going to be on the PS5.
Yes, but Final Fantasy was also supposed to be on the PS3.
True.
I mean, realistically. So well, thank you for coming back.
No,
and joining
thanks
us
for having me
with
again.
That, nice little break. How did you keep so you were in 11 Little Roosters, you're in 11 Little Roosters, I should say. How did you keep that such a secret when all the other Funhouse guys are in it, and there was such a big hype around it?
I felt like everybody else was really lazy about keeping it a secret. Like I guess Bernie somewhere said like, oh yeah, Elyse was there too or something, and we sort of just kind of tried to frame it as well, they went out to Austin, and then I just tagged along so I could do some other content, because I did Always Open while I was there that week, and I did fan service.
You popped up from underneath the table.
Yeah.
And you were like, I'm
I
here.
watched it.
Always Open's one of my new favorite
Really?
shows.
Oh,
I
that's
love
awesome. It's great. I would love to be on it more.
Please.
It was sort of thing where people were speculating. They were like, "Oh, Elyse was there," but I don't think I'm a big enough deal that people truly care about it.
Did you not see
like-
the reaction when you came up?
Well,
Where people were like, oh my gosh.
I genuinely think it could have been anybody. If it had been Adam that appeared, or Bruce, or if it was just somebody that was the secret, everyone would have been excited. Like, I think people really love Rooster Teeth, and they just get excited for that kind of stuff. And
I think it was just the entrance as well, where you just up in here and be like,
yeah,
I'm here, and Barbara's face is just like...
Yeah, and my character's so stupid.
It's
just so stupid.
It's hilarious, though. It's like although being Australian, I don't know how to feel about Jeff's lovely portrayal of Australia. whatever the hell Australia has.
Yeah, it's a little
funny,
touch
though.
and go there. But I think I can't do it. Like, I intentionally change the way that I say some words moving to America. So like, I used to say tomorrow.
Yep.
Now I say tomorrow.
Oh.
And I used to say like I'd say like fragile, now also fragile. And
The change in your ways.
I did, because I would get mocked relentlessly by the way I speak. So I tried to drop a lot of the Canadianisms, and
Do you still put like the U's and words and the extra U for colour and stuff?
no, but my laptop still has my Canadian
really?
spell check. So when I write on that, I get it's incorrect if I don't put the U's.
Good.
But yeah, I kind of just working and writing at work, especially
Yeah.
at Game Trailers when I would write more stuff. I just had to to rewire my brain in that respect too.
No.
But yeah,
America just wants to be different. I will not conform.
use the metric system. God damn it!
Why not? Stepping off at LAX and having this thing, it's like height entrance 7'11". I'm like, what
yeah.
does that mean?
Yeah, I am 165 centimeters tall.
Yeah.
It says so on my Canadian driver's license.
I am 178 centimeters tall, which is 5'10". That's all I know for the
Yeah, mine's 5'5".
Yeah. So you're taller than Jeremy then, that's okay.
I think maybe a little bit.
You said he's 5'4".
Oh.
According to one of the Let's Plays or something, Jeff had a meltdown about it. It was an interesting day. So does it ever become apparent, you know, you said when you came in, you were worried about being like, having the audience respond to just a woman. Does it ever become apparent that you are the only woman in Funhouse? Or is it something that you don't really necessarily think of? But then when you get to like Rooster Teeth and you're on Always Open, there's like a bunch of the girls.
Oh
and
yeah.
stuff.
It's something that I forget, but then I get reminded of.
Right,
I
okay.
guess. And it's not in a malicious way necessarily,
Yeah.
but I'll notice, there'll be comments that'll say positive things like, great job, guys and Elyse.
Right,
or,
okay.
Or guys and gal, or they'll say, the boys and Elyse, and I'm sort of like, I'll talk to a group of women, I'll say, hey guys.
Yeah, exactly.
So
same.
I know they are separating me to make sure they include me.
Yeah.
Which I appreciate, but it's still like there are gender neutral ways to frame
exactly.
that, I guess. So there's things like that. And there are times too where I see it's an increasingly odd time comment where I'll see someone say, this should just be guys hanging out, and those are like really few and far between. When I first started, even before I started, I know there was a lot of worry that having a woman join would change the dynamic.
Yeah.
For me, it wasn't kind of anything because I was used to working with all men. I
Aren't
do.
we all?
I do like enjoy going to Austin, especially
Yeah.
because there's so many like great women there, not even just on camera, but
Yeah.
like just all throughout the company. So that is something that it almost feels like a breath of fresh air. And
Yeah.
the conversations are different, the humor is different in a sense at times, and it just kind of feels it's like a little bit of a security blanket to kind of spend the day that I did always open. We
Yeah.
like all got lunch together.
Yeah.
and it's just
a nice different.
it's nice. And,
Yeah.
And I don't have like too many like girlfriends in LA, like
Yeah.
female friends. So it's kind of nice too to
To kind of come to this place and
yeah
feel accepted for who you are.
yeah
The
like
message of today.
not that the guys don't make me feel accepted. 'Cause
Yeah.
they all I feel like sometimes they even go to their way to like be complimentary.
Yeah.
Make me feel included, despite what sometimes their on camera presence may
We
convey.
promise they're nice.
Yeah. Like, and like yeah, it's
Yeah. So it's good.
Yeah.
It's good though. 2017. What's in store for Elyse?
Jeez. Well, we've already completed it, but Sex Swing, the animated series that I like helped
Yep.
write, is debuting soon. I'm equal parts excited but dreading to see what people think of it and get feedback. Because I really can't tell if anyone's going to actually like it or think it's funny.
The
but
hardest part is when hype, because No Man's Sky.
yeah.
I mean, it's really hard to tell when hype gets to something like.
Oh yeah.
How's the reaction going to be? But
Yeah.
it's gonna be fun.
I try to stay off the hype train as much as possible. So
it's really hard with the Switch right now, though. I just want the Switch with me now.
me too.
But I played it down there yesterday, and I loved it. I'm like, I can't. It's too expensive right now for me to afford.
I think like we'll end up with one just because it's sort of essential to our job that we
Yeah,
have
exactly.
one. And like for me, traveling a lot, I have a broken 3DS.
Yeah.
My 3DS won't hold the charge anymore, and I tried to replace
that's
battery.
right.
It's
Yeah.
not working. So replacing my handheld, I when I tried it yesterday.
Yeah.
God, the handheld component sold me
Yeah.
entirely. Just like the screen look, the clarity is awesome. The borderlessness of it is awesome. The weight feels great. Like I was so on the Joy-Con controllers.
Yeah.
But then it makes perfect sense to have those.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm so excited.
I need to test it out with the Joy-Cons because I've got incredibly large hands.
Oh, okay.
So I'm really interested to see.
I have small hands and they still feel tiny.
Yeah.
So
It will be interesting because I've literally got man hands.
no,
It's
you don't. You do not at all. You have very nice hands.
No, they are man hands. It's okay.
Don't.
Have you, Archer, the show?
Yeah.
Lana, it's me.
Oh my gosh, Moana is awesome. But yeah, 2017. Like, hopefully, there's projects that we haven't even thought of yet that
Yeah.
like we're gonna be doing, and there's stuff that we can't really talk about yet.
Of course.
But I'm excited for everybody to see.
Awesome. And how about, so when you're on Dude Soup, when you host it when Lawrence is away, you made a sketch and it was hilarious.
Thanks.
Do you have plans to write any more kind of sketches, whether it's for Rooster Teeth or Funhouse?
I would like to. When I first started, I wrote a merchandise commercial, and that was really fun. But
Yeah.
we don't have too much time for that sort of thing. And I wrote, Sex Swing, so
Yeah.
that was really fun. I would like to do more writing, where I'd like the trajectory of my career to go. But if there are opportunities, I
Yeah.
would love to. I do enjoy like hosting podcasts
Yeah.
and doing those little weird segments. I enjoy, so maybe there'd be opportunities for that.
It was really nice. I like Lawrence, he's fine.
Oh,
But
thank
this one, it was just different and quite enjoyable.
Thanks. I wasn't. I just wanted it to not be terrible. I didn't want Lawrence to come back and people to go, I got really turned off by that episode. I'm not coming back. Or I didn't want people to listen to it for the first time
Right.
and say, oh, I don't like this.
Yeah.
Not realizing that that's not usually how it is.
Yeah.
And so I was trying really hard to like live up to his standards.
Yeah. We did great, don't
Thank
worry.
you.
It's
Thanks.
fine.
I used to host podcasts at Game Trailers, so
Yeah.
like I was like, oh, I haven't done this in a really long time. I'm really excited to do this again.
It's really fun when you do stuff like I host it with these guys, and I like because I don't know. I feel like would. So I kind of try and get out there and be like, this is what we're doing.
Yeah.
Do we have to wrap up? But I'm having such a lovely time.
Oh, sorry.
Can I quickly ask one more thing? Cool. And the last question before I get kicked off and then kicked out of the convention, what is your favourite element of working at Funhouse?
Oh, I thought you were like of the periodic table. And I was like, sulfur. Sulfur. Man, my favorite element.
Like open house, like part even like the show.
My favorite thing that I've worked on has been sex swing.
Yeah.
Thus far, that's been really awesome. I love doing open house. I love doing Google Trends. I cut Google Trends, and I
So
really enjoy
good.
doing that.
I watched the panel yesterday.
Oh really? Oh, thank you for coming. I felt bad for Miles and Carrie. But we're good buddies with those guys, so it
After
was
the
fun.
Camp Kit one, Miles came up, and I'm like, so I saw the Google Trends. It's like, yeah, we
Oh,
got
no.
beat really bad.
Yeah, well, that's another thing related. But yeah, I love those guys. So I equal parts like I
Yeah.
always want Bruce and I to win.
Yeah.
But I never want someone else to have to lose.
Yeah.
So
I think one of the recent episodes, it was one of them had, I think it was either like Adam or James had to go at you because you were talking in the mic for your final answers, and then they stole it from you. But it's like,
I had to have a talk with everybody because I was like, guys, when I cut it,
yeah,
if you're not discussing it, I have nothing to
Yeah.
cut to. There's no show. If people were like, God, she's such a dumbass. Of course they're gonna steal her answers if she says them out loud. And I'm like, if I don't discuss and
Yeah.
and talk, there's no show.
Yeah, exactly.
Like it's just us silent, like,
deliberating.
you know. And
yeah.
to me, a lot of the fun is the stupid answers that people suggest.
Yeah.
Also, if it's not audible enough, then I have to put subtitles, which is a bitch. And so I usually have to subtitle Adam and James, and I'm like, oh God, this is annoying. But
Just cut them out.
yeah, I know.
Just cut them out and-
I should just teach them a lesson.
What you do, you cut 2 episodes. So you cut the normal one, and you cut one where they're just not there.
Yeah.
Show them that one.
Yeah.
Like, this is what happens when you don't talk.
Yeah, this is your future.
Yeah, exactly.
The future of Funhouse.
Well, thank you very much for joining
thanks
us
for
today.
talking to me. It was really fun.
Yeah, it was really great. Hopefully, I can do it again sometime.
Yeah, I hope so too. Thanks a lot.
Thank you. When you do it,
Okay, we're good.
Harry, did you appreciate the jar? It's come on. Bring it to life.
Carrie, this is my interview, okay? This is my time. Spotlight's on me. No, it's always on you. Yeah. Yeah. Good.
I'm trying to think of the Spotlight song, but I don't know the lyrics to it, so
I didn't even know that was the song.